guys.
Hello everyone, so it's Chris Gonzalez here, and I'm here with the team at Plaza Auto Mall. I have David, I have Imran, I have the lovely Kaylee, and I have Kevin here. And we wanted to just introduce to you what we're going to be doing in the future. Dealership culture, so it's all about culture and creating the right culture and the right environment for people to really flourish in. And so some of the things we're going to be talking about have a lot to do with the car business, but I think you can relate and translate into any business that you go into or you're in. So my name's Chris Gonzalez. I've been in the business a little over 24 years. I started my career as a salesperson and progressed myself into the finance department, became a finance director, a general sales manager, and a general manager. So throughout the years, what I found is the industry is changing and it's constantly evolving, and you have to adapt and be willing to make the necessary changes to get yourself forward. But what I like to create here is a culture that consumers just don't want to that consumers want to be a part of, want to come buy a car in, but more so where my staff feels like they're getting the nourishment that they need to kind of flourish. So I'm here with these gentlemen and this young lady to kind of just get a little insight as to how they feel about the business. So David, what do you feel the culture is like at our dealership?
Fun. So I look forward to coming to work. So previously I was in banking and it was just another desk job. You know, I enjoy coming to work. It's fun for me, and you know, you get to be yourself. You don't have to have two sides when you're dealing with clients.
And how long have you been doing it now, David?
3 weeks now.
3 weeks now. Selling some cars?
3 weeks I got 10.
10 cars out in 3 weeks. And I think that that's amazing. Imran, what do you feel the culture is like?
The culture is great over here in Plaza Honda. You know, when I look forward to come to work every single day. I've been working here 4 years now, and I like the management and everything working. Love to work with Chris. I worked with him before as well. He's a great manager, great general manager as well. He helps whenever we need something. But the culture now, trying to change our culture a little bit from the social media platform. We're trying to put ourselves out there so we can get what we're doing as a car salesperson. We show taking some videos from our customers, how was their experience, and putting out there that if they can be happy, the people who want to buy a car, they can check and they can see they will be happy.
They can be happy, you can be happy too.
Definitely.
Right? Awesome. Kaylee, what do you feel the culture is like here?
Well, I've been in the business for a long time. I've never sold cars. I'm new to selling cars starting August. I started in August, yeah. It's different. I was more in the BDC, DMV, work, service, but it's different. I meet different personalities every single day. They also open doors for me too, and it could be in anything in fashion or whatever I like, you know, the business in the car. I'm making them happy. That's what I'm here for, to make the
so
customer.
I feel
like I'm aggressive too, and that's what they want. They want to feel like you care for what their needs and their wants.
But how do you feel about the store, about how the staff, the management, like how do you get along with people here?
Oh, everyone is great here. Everyone gets along. You're new here too also, and I appreciate you too. You have a great personality. I don't really do these little videos things, so you're breaking that shell.
We're breaking the mold, right? We're getting out of our comfort zone.
I was upset because my hair, you know, it was a little dirty, but...
But okay, Kaylee. So Kaylee is AKA Cardi B, okay? Because she just does and says whatever she has to. She's very personable, and what you see is what you get. She's a sweetheart. Kevin.
All right. So I'm Kevin. You know, I've been in the business a little over 2 years. It's definitely been very life-changing. You know, working with a diversity of different people. I haven't bounced around a lot. I would say I've only been in, really 2 different stores. And I definitely got to say that being in this store, the culture here is great. You know, there's a lot of helping hands here. You don't come in stressed out. You know, nobody's really putting you down a lot.
Do you leave stressed?
Well, that one's a different story. You know I don't come in stressed. I might leave stressed.
I don't come in stressed, but I leave that way.
You know what I mean? But you know,
make you guys happy.
100%. But you know, in the car business, you're gonna run into a lot of people that are gonna want to put you down. You know what I'm saying? And maybe they're not having such a great time, so they'll put you down, whether it's management, sales. But I feel over here it's a great team. Everybody puts in the effort to really help everybody. And being in the car business has been life changing. So it's
awesome. Good stuff. So I mean the again going back to the culture, it's so would you say that it's not one person that makes that? It's everybody, right? It's a unit, and I think one of the things that I love about this place, it's very diverse. You have different nationalities, different personalities, and that's in any business, and getting kind of those personalities and nationalities to kind of mesh and see things and see a vision and be willing to go in that direction, I think is the most amazing, most gratifying part of my job. It's kind of seeing what I wanted and relaying that message to you guys, and I think that there's a bit of a buy-in on your end. I mean, especially with what we did a couple days ago when we went to that event. I mean, you guys got to hear from other people kind of some of the things that I speak about on a day-to-day basis in our meetings and stuff, and I think it's important to sometimes hear from a third party per se, right? Like, and our customers are the same way. A car could be worth X amount of dollars, and I tell a customer that's what your car's worth, and they don't believe it. But if they hear it from Auto Trader or KBB or one of these other trusted sources or Carfax, they tend to believe those things. So I think it was important for us to go out and experience that and get that knowledge from a different perspective. So what'd you do before this?
Banking.
Mortgages. Okay. And so what was the pace like where you were?
I mean, it was slow. So a customer could come in, apply for a loan, it would take like 3 months to close. Here, we could get it all done in a day. Customer leaves happy.
Awesome. Okay. What'd you do before this, Imran?
I used to work in a clothing store as a sales. But I don't know, I didn't like it. I worked for a few. I used to work in we have a store, grocery store. So I used to work there as my family owned. Now I'm in the car business for 4 years, been here 4 years, and I love this.
Love the business, awesome. And I think it's very important to love what you do and do what you love, because it makes what you do that much more effective and that much more gratifying. Would you agree?
And there's a lot of ways you can go in this business. There's a lot of ways.
A lot of opportunity.
Lot of opportunity.
Yes. What'd you do before the car business?
I was actually at Pandora. It's a jewelry store.
Okay, I know Pandora.
Handmade, yeah. I was there. A lot of hours. Promotions were crazy, so it was crazy and it was hectic. But this is definitely different.
Is that Pandora on your neck?
That everything's Pandora, baby. Everything.
Kevin, what'd you do before this?
So mine.
Kevin has a funny one, so that's why I kind of went into the what'd you do before. But listen to this. Go ahead.
I was a freight elevator operator, so literally the 12 hours of my day consisted of just going up and down all day. And
so when I think of freight operator, an elevator operator, I think of the cartoon character, right? The little dog that used to say "going up."
That's really
right?
what it was.
That's
yeah,
what you did.
Yeah.
Did you wear the hat?
No. It was like in a non-traditional place. So it was just you wear whatever you want, but.
Were you riding the elevator in the projects?
No. Borough Park. Borough Park. I felt like the project sometimes, but it's crazy when you think about how quick life really passes you by, and then when you're in a job like that, and then you're working with people that have been in the elevator right next to you, and they've been there 12 years, and then you're like, man, how long? How can you do this for so long? Literally, we're doing nothing right. with our life. So,
right.
in this. For me, it was a great change to go from that to this, because over here you have nothing but opportunity.
All right, yes, I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
And from my standpoint, I can speak on that firsthand. I started in this business back in 1996, and it was just opportunity. Like whatever you could see possible, if you aligned yourself with those people, you were able to emulate and learn and advance. And I think so. I did a video this morning, and I talked about not shortcutting the process, and kind of trusting, getting a mentor, getting a coach, and aligning yourself or copying, perhaps what someone else is doing that's working. Right? That's the only shortcut you could take. So, if you know someone that's in a business and they're in a position that you'd like to be at, if you kind of align yourself with those people and do the things that they're doing, you're going to get there because you're getting that shortcut per se. But shortcuts in general, not shortcutting the process, is important, because The process is part of the success. And that's where you get the gratification from. The fact that you go from one level to the next, it's levels of achievement. And if you just take that away and go right to the top, you won't appreciate where you are. And that's my biggest takeaway with the path that I took. So, David, your short period of time, 3 weeks, where do you see yourself in 2 years?
30 cars a month.
He's gonna 30 cars a month. I thought he was gonna say not in the car business, but 30 cars a month.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give you my opinion, right? In 3 weeks, you've been here 3 weeks. You've sold 10 cars, right? I think you could be at 30 cars in the next 90 days. That's my prediction for you. I see your worth ethic. I see what you're doing. I see how you're involved in the things that we're doing. You have no bad habits, so everything you're learning is ground up, great foundation, and you're already off to a great start. So, mark my words, 90 days you could be in 30 cars.
I got you.
All right?
I'm gonna do it.
Imran, where do you see yourself in 2 years?
To be honest with you,
Put it on the line right now. Let's go.
I want
Six-packs.
to be a finance manager. That's my goal. Like I want to progress myself into a finance manager. I've been selling car for 4 years now. I'm selling around 20 cars every month. This is like a 20, 25 around there. That's what my average is.
Okay.
So I want to progress myself to finance manager. Let's see if I can. I will try to get there.
And you can do it, right? But here's the deal with whatever you want to do in 2 years. If you commit yourself, right, and obligate yourself to learn the necessary steps to get there, you can get there, right? But you got to take those 2 years and you got to break it up into every single month, and then when you get to that 1 year point where you expect to be, and then a month or 2 or 3 or 6 or now 2 years after, where you got to create those landmarks, right? So your long-term goal is 2 years to become a finance manager. You got to break that long-term goal up into now short-term goals, right? And give yourself those steps, because if it's that far out, it's that much harder to achieve, right? My advice. And the other thing you have to do is focus on your why. Why do you want to do F&I? You don't have to answer that right now, but really think about that. Your initial instinct, why do you want to do F&I? Initial instinct, go.
To make more money.
Make more money, all right? I'm going to answer that in a minute.
All right.
Kaylee, where do you see yourself in 2 years?
Well, in 2 years, I would hope for the best. I want to hope for the best. I don't want to really talk about the future, but I do.
Cardi B
No,
is going to
listen.
hope?
No,
Come on.
No. It's just because I'm still new, so I'm still learning. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
I respect that.
I'm breaking a lot of walls that I thought I'm an aggressive person. That I can say, but this is something new for me. So in 2 years, I obviously have to hope and pray and move forward and break these walls. Continue to break these walls to move forward. But I gotta keep pushing myself. In 2 years, I see myself honestly being great. Because if not, what am I doing?
If you don't give yourself an option,
What am I doing?
not to be great,
Exactly.
you'll be exactly that.
Exactly.
And
And whatever you put in the air is what you get. So if I put negativity, like, oh my God, like it's a rough week, I'm gonna get a rough week every fucking day. to be honest with
100%,
you.
whatever you project is what you receive in
You
return.
throw out positivity. I'm happy. Today's gonna be a great day. You're gonna have a great day.
So I like to give the bodybuilder metaphor, right? So a bodybuilder, right? Great body, muscles, right? Low body fat, looks great, right? If you have that image, there's certain things that you have to do, right? There's a recipe for it, and it's called diet, consistent exercise, and breaking through plateaus, right? So when the muscles are under stress, right, from a workout, they hurt. But what happens a day or two later?
They were strong.
They rebuild themselves, right? And they come back stronger. So that recipe is there for you. But once again, like him, that long-term goal, you got to break it up into short-term goals along the way. So 2 years, where do you see yourself? And come into the light a little
For sure, in 2 years, 2 years, honestly, the way I look at it, my honest answer, 2 years, in my mind, I have it set I'll be F&I.
F&I.
2 years. Yeah,
Okay.
you know.
So I didn't want to answer him because I kind of knew that from you, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
again, initial instinct. Why?
I just feel like it's one of the highest levels of achievement in the car business, and the way I look at it in almost everything I do, I want to reach every level, you know, and I feel like that's one of the final forms in this business. Like,
Gotcha. So what has your plateau been of selling cars? Where'd you top out?
Like what? Max.
Most you sold.
22.
22 cars.
Yeah.
Okay. So a higher level. Why not get to 30?
Yeah.
Why not get to 35? Why not get to 40? So now I'm going to circle back to Imran, right?
Yeah.
So I asked this question. Yeah, just take your jacket, come around. So highest level, right?
Yeah.
You want to get to F&I. The first answer is make more money, right? Because I want to challenge myself, right?
Yeah.
So here's the deal, right? No one is going to hire you as finance managers because you want to get to a higher level or you want to make more money. You know why they're going to hire you as a finance manager?
Knowing the craft.
Knowing that you can solve a problem within the business, right? So now that you know that little bit, think about that for a second.
Yeah.
And before you answer that, I want you to think about some of the issues, what you like or dislike about the business.
Yeah.
What do you like or dislike about F&I? Think about that for a second. What do you dislike?
About
F&I.
So
Say it. Just say whatever comes to mind.
F&I.
What do you dislike? You're a salesperson now. Your deal goes to F&I. What do you dislike?
If the deal get chopped.
If they chop your front end and move it to the back, right? Great. What else?
And it take time.
Too much time, right?
Yes.
What do you like or dislike about F&I?
I mean, straight up, I dislike the fact that it's almost like it's like the Wizard of Oz in some places that I've worked in. You gotta the customer waits all this time, and they can kind of get a TO from the. I've worked with some F&Is where they TO, they get to introduce themselves, and the customer kind of knows, and now they're okay with the wait, but they're playing the waiting game. They've never met this final mystery character, and I think that's what turns a lot of people off. So that's one of the things I dislike.
So you don't like that they're behind the scenes too long.
Yeah.
Okay. So back to you. What could you do to solve that problem?
So when we get the deal as F&I.
No. So now you're an F&I guy.
Yes.
You know the problem you have as a salesperson.
Yes.
What can you do differently?
I will try my best to expedite the process. It take such as approval.
So you'll speed it up.
Speed it up.
What else?
And try to get as much money as from the bank so we can our salesperson.
You told me two things. You said your customers wait too long, right?
Yes.
That was a problem. So you would solve that problem by doing what? Making it faster.
Yes.
Okay. You also said money's being moved, right?
Yes.
So as a finance manager, what would you do?
So I will work harder to get all the money from the bank if they.
So you wouldn't move any money?
I don't want to move no money.
No
from
move
the
any
bank.
money.
No money.
Okay.
Because
What would
they
you do
work
to solve
hard
your
for their
problem?
money.
Or TO more.
You would TO, get involved sooner, right? Okay, so now, when I ask you, why do you want to do F&I?
Why I want to make F&I?
Why would you want to do F&I based upon the conversation we just had?
Why I want to be F&I to change pretty much
The game.
change it to how I would want to do it.
So you would become an F&I manager so that you could maximize the profitability, decrease the wait time,
Yeah.
and make sure that the salesperson earns what they should earn, right?
Yeah.
Right. So what you're doing now you've just found a reason why I would consider you, because once again, I'm not hiring you as a finance manager so you could make more money. Because just because you become a finance manager doesn't necessarily mean you're going to make more money, right?
Definitely.
100% not. And just because you become F&I doesn't mean you're going to get to the next level.
Yeah.
Because here's the flash, right? Here's the news flash for you. If you became an F&I manager for me, I'm going to start you out with all of the most difficult deals, right? All the deals that, tend to not earn you as much income as the others, right? Because you need to work on that hard stuff first before you can get the easier stuff, right? So now I just reverse engineered what you did it for. Now you might become a finance manager and make less money, right? Based upon those deals.
But you never know. Sometimes some of the F&I, they don't work hard as if you give a hard deal, they think there is nothing. But you can make something from nothing.
100%. 100%.
They-
You're 100%.
You know what I mean?
You're 100%. And those are some of the struggles that you've experienced
Definitely,
as a
definitely.
salesperson. But these are the things you have to bring to the table as a manager, right?
Yes.
So if I'm your interviewer, you're gonna bring up these things as benefits. So if I stand something to gain by bringing you into my organization at that capacity, I'm gonna bring you in. But I'm not gonna bring you in just because you want to make more money, right?
That makes
Because
sense.
that does
Yeah.
nothing for the environment. That's an entitlement attitude,
So,
right? And we don't want to have that. So, what did you do before car sales? Oh, for my first question is, what would you say the culture is in this store?
Percentage, you could
Like
say
working with me and working with these people, how do you feel
great,
when you come in here?
great.
Why do you feel great?
Because I think I have a good leader, and he knows what is he doing, and he leads you.
I love you. I love you. No, I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
I mean, all jokes on the side, when Sasha was there, he was there. I don't know if you guys were here or anybody else. You know, you don't feel like coming to work, and if you do feel like coming to work, you want to go back home.
So when you
know,
get
the
here,
environment-
you want to leave.
Exactly. So the environment does count. Who you dealing with, who you working with, who you talking to, because we can't wrap up the deal without going to the desk. That's one thing. So if you go to the desk, you want to feel comfortable asking any questions. And if you don't feel comfortable and confident, you're not gonna speak your mind out. You understand? So that's one thing. Definitely goes credit to you, because now we can speak fairly, we can speak our mind out, and it's not only me. I'm talking about the whole store.
Well, I mean, listen, you spend enough time here where, you know, you should feel welcome. You should
Oh,
feel
yeah. Thank
like
you.
this is a home away
Thank
from
you.
home, right? Because the
Yeah.
truth is, this home provides for that home, right?
Absolutely.
And we spend more time here than we do anyplace else.
Absolutely.
So that's really important to have. You have to have
100%.
that. And, you know, yeah, I might bring a certain level of energy, but
100%.
I always say, like, 100% of the job consists of 50% knowing what to do, and the other 50% is having the right people in place.
For
So,
sure.
you know, I could have this gung-ho attitude, but if you guys aren't receptive to that, it goes nowhere, right? And I think that's my greatest takeaway from you guys is you're supportive, you see it, and you all want the same things, and that's important.
But our support comes from your motivation. And you pushing us, because, you know, I'm a little lazy around the edges. And you be like, Kaylee, hello, let's go make a video. Kaylee, hello.
Yeah,
Are you making your
it's-
calls? Sometimes I need somebody on top of me, you know? Everyone's different.
100%.
And I appreciate that you push and you motivate. You clearly, like I said earlier, I'm new to making videos. I love pictures, but new to the videos, and I appreciate the motivation and the push. Because sometimes you do need a push, you know?
100%.
To break
I
that
agree.
show.
Sometimes I need a push, and you know what? Sometimes I find my push in a video I make. You know, so let's say I'm feeling some type of way. Make a video about it, because if I'm feeling that way, there's someone out there feeling the same way, right? So you project into the universe what you want to receive. I'm going to project positivity because I want to feel positive in return, right? We don't ever want to project negativity. I mean, sometimes it happens, right?
Yeah.
But it usually happens because of some outside influence, right? So, you know, not talking about spirituality or stuff like that, but the universe gives you what you put out, right? And I think that's also a great takeaway. So when we walk in here, we have to have the right attitude. We have to have the right mindset. We have to have the care of seeing that maybe he's not feeling well today, or something's going on with you, and go over and say, hey, Kevin, what's up? Do you want to talk for a few minutes? You know, Kaylee, what's going on? You know, Malik, Imran, Chris, you know?
We're a family. Like you said, we spend a lot of
we're
time
a
here.
unit,
The best
and
job.
that is dealership culture. That's culture in general,
Exactly.
right? Whether it's a dealership, or it's household,
Anything.
or it's neighborhood, or it's the banking system, or your elevator, or the clothing store, or Jimmy Jazz, right? Wherever it is, it's the culture, and we create that. And it's us who are going to keep that going, right? So
The real job is where you go with a smile on your face and you go with happiness. And then you leave, you'll be more happy.
100%.
Because you're making others happy.
You know what I mean? So that's what you call a real job.
So this was our entree into what's going to be coming. A podcast at the dealership with guests, external guests and internal guests, right? So here you are. We're all here. You have Malik, Kevin, Kaylee, Imran, David, and Chris Gonzalez. You guys all be great.
Thank you. Have a
Thank
good
you.
one. Good night.